John, let me warn you. It's bad. Real bad. It's Hickman.
Hickman? Bob Hickman?
He's been badly mutilated, John. Tortured, really.
My God, Sam. Has Bob's wife, Catherine, been informed?
When the call came in, I was told Hickman's captain was headed to their house. They have a little girl, don't they?
Yeah, Valerie. Her name is Valerie.
Look, John, I know you and Bob went back a long way.
A long way? Hell, Sam, Bob and I went through the academy together. We shared a ride for 5 years. I'm that little girl's godfather. Sam, Bob was my best friend. Yeah, you could say we went back a long way.
I'm sorry, John,
Yeah, I'm sorry too. Sorry this city is so full of dirtbags, creeps, and losers. Bob was a great guy, Sam. A great cop. Who the hell would do this to him? What the hell was he doing out there?
I don't know, John. It's your job to find out. My job is to pick up the body and find the cause of death.
The tortured and tormented body of Bob Hickman, LAPD, lies lifeless among the alley debris. An obvious case of felonious homicide.
I'll be stepping in as lead investigator, officer. Can you tell me what the situation was when you got here?
Yes, sir. Woodbury and I were on our regular patrol. We spotted the body as we drove by. We radioed in, then moved in on the scene. We checked the alley for possible assailants, but found no one. Everything is pretty much as it was when we arrived.
That's it?
Yes, sir. The body was just lying there. I didn't know him, but Woody told me that the deceased was a cop. Undercover guy working the neighborhood. Oh, Pittman or something like that.
It's Hickman, and yes, he was working the crash unit, although I didn't know he was working this neighborhood. You've never seen him before, and this is your regular district?
Yes, sir, that is correct. I've never seen him before.
Carey, the man appears intoxicated and a bit agitated. Your department issued memorandum, book and pencil.
What is your name, sir?
Jack. To Jack.
Sir, did you see any unusual activity or unfamiliar cars in the neighborhood?
I hear shots. Fast. Like a pop, 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 pop.
What time might you have heard these shots, sir?
It pop, 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 pop. And I just hear them shots. I was scared.
This young man appears interested in the alley proceedings. The young man's interest appears a bit suspicious. Always record your gut feelings. Sometimes this job is pure instincts.
Officer Woodbury, I'm taking over as lead investigator.
Yes, sir, Detective Carey. I have my crime scene log for you.
Were you the first on the scene?
Yes, sir. Officer Allen and I were on patrol. He was driving. As we passed the alley, I looked to my right. I saw the body. We radioed it in, stopped, set up the perimeter. I didn't know it was Hickman until we got up to the body. I can tell you, sir, I was shocked. He was the last person I expected to see. He was a fine officer.
Is there anything else you can tell me, Officer Woodbury?
No. We rolled by, saw the body, radioed it in. There was no one in the alley besides the body. The neighbors came out once we set up the perimeter. It was quiet when we got here.
I'm Detective Carey, Major Crimes, Homicide, LAPD. I'd like to ask you a question or two.
Whatever, man. I'm just hanging.
Let's start with your name. What is it, and do you live in the neighborhood, or are you just visiting?
Man, this be my hood. I be Raymond Jones the Third.
Well, Raymond, if this is your neighborhood, then you must know what goes on around here. What happened here tonight? You see anything unusual? Maybe a different car or some folks from another neighborhood?
Ain't seen nor heard nothing. Just out for some fresh L.A. air.
So, Mr. Jones, what you're telling me is you don't have anything to tell me. Is that correct?
That's straight up. Ain't seen nothing, done nothing, know nothing.
So, Mr. Jones,
That's...
is there anything else you...
No, sir.
It's your car, Carey, a 1993 T-Bird. Detective, your car trunk is locked. Numerous keys are indicative of a complicated and busy life. The cuffs are cold to the touch. The simulated leather notebook is well worn. The coins jingle in your hand. The leather is well worn. The grip on the Beretta is a fine fit for your hand. With a full 15, the clip must weigh approximately 12 ounces. The shiny metal is cold in your hand. It's your wallet. It's your Beretta. Spare change. These are your car, office, and home keys. Department-issued handcuffs. It's your Parker Center identification badge. Alley crime scene log prepared by Officer Woodbury. Standard weight paper. It's laminated. It's your homicide kit. It's... Detective, what are you searching for? Use of force to this degree is unnecessary at this time, Carey. Your keys. You're gonna lock them in your trunk. Hey, watch it. Deadly use of force is unnecessary. The tortured and tormented body of Bob Hickman. A gruesome sight. Contusions and burn marks appear on Hickman's abused body. A gruesome sight. An empty holster can mean only one thing: another gun on the street. A lipstick-stained cigarette lies near Hickman's body. The baggies hold evidence found at crime scenes. 24-inch pry bar. The jar is used to collect samples when SID is not called for. Rubber gloves used against infection or contamination. Department-issued 9-volt anodized aluminum flashlights. Chalk, made in the USA. The putty knife is made in the USA. The putty knife is solidly made. The chalk feels so chalky. The flashlight's weight makes it more than an illumination device. The plastic is slippery. The empty glass, the rubber... Detective, this cigarette could be evidence. Carey, rechalking is unnecessary.
Hello, Chester. Thanks for coming out.
Sure, Detective. This is one horrible night when one of our own goes down. I'm glad to be of service. Let me know when you want photos.
Sam, do you have a preliminary finding on Hickman's cause of death?
It's hard to say, John. There are no evident bullet wounds. There are cervical contusions, possibly asphyxiation. There's no unusual sputum, so it's difficult to think poisoning, but I'm not ruling anything out. Whoever did this was definitely non-compos mentis. By the way, notice that the index finger on the right hand is missing.
What else can you tell me, Sam?
Until we autopsy, we won't know much more. To make any further comments would be pure conjecture on my part.
Many businesses back up to this alley, Detective. It's a Dare billboard. The, the sun will soon be rising. Yep, signage is important to a prosperous business. Graffiti mars the neighborhood. The back alley to the Lucky Mini Mart. It doesn't look so lucky now. This alley has seen better days. Graffiti is often left behind by gangs. Recording the symbol could prove useful. It's the Lucky Mini Mart dumpster. The body of a young boy lies strewn in the dumpster. Bullet wounds puncture the boy's body. He looks no more than 6 or 7 years of age. Recording information at the crime scene ensures accurate reports later.
John, have you found something?
It looks like it's going to be a busy night for you, Chester.
Unfortunately, our streets are being taken over by violence. Innocent people being killed. It's uncivilized, sir.
Chester, take over on the evidence.
Yes, Detective. Whenever you're ready, fellas, I'm finished.
John, we can handle it from here. Stop by tomorrow for the autopsy. We'll know more then.
Carey Hickman's death isn't just your personal tragedy. It's a tragedy for the entire force. We've lost a friend, a father, and one damn good cop. As you know, you've been assigned the lead investigator on this case, and I'm going to be looking to you for answers. I'm going to ask you to put aside your personal feelings and deal with this investigation in a professional manner. If you don't think you're up to it, I want to know now. Neither you, the public, nor the department can withstand not knowing the truth. I want you to comb that neighborhood. I want every rock turned over and every person interviewed. Remember, Hickman was not the only fatality tonight. The family of that boy is grieving also.
Yes, sir.
For your information, the boy has been identified as Bobby Washington. As for Hickman, I think there is something you should know. Maybe you already do. But here it is straight. Hickman's lieutenant, Jim Varaz, informed me that Hickman was having trouble with stress, trouble at home. Varaz told me that Hickman had been in a fragile mindset, that working undercover was getting to him. You know, the violence of the streets can get to anyone. Now, I'm not knocking Hickman. I just want you to know how the department viewed his current capacity. Okay, Carey. You know what you need to do. Go out there and do it. Find who killed Hickman. Find who killed the Washington youth. Any questions?
No, Lieutenant.
All right, then. Get to work. And, Carey, when you see Catherine, please extend my deepest sympathies. I don't...
simulated wood grain finish. Simulate the office of Lieutenant Block. Someday you too might make lieutenant and be issued an office carry. Lieutenant Donald Block, career man, your boss.
Lieutenant.
Carey, you have your assignment. Go out and find yourself a killer.
Lieutenant Parker Center, circa 1955.
Too bad about Hickman, Jr. Guess it's hit you pretty hard, huh? Well, hell, don't let it. Damn scumbags out there. They're just goddamn lucky I'm a desk jockey. If I was on the street, I'd whip their collective disrespectful butts. You know, Junior, this case is gonna generate a lot of paperwork and a lot of calling. You're just goddamn lucky you got me as your partner in this one. Damn lucky.
It's your very own desk. The calendar on this blotter is so old, you don't remember the last time you changed it, huh, Carey? Department issued, 3-tiered inbox. Department issued, it's your very own homemade placeholder with your name on it. Your department issued telephone. It's the photo of you and Hickman at the lake, the time you caught the big one. Desk drawers. These are 3.14 follow-up forms used to document your casework. You take a 3.14 follow-up report form out of your desk drawer, ask for the best. Ask for Kodak paper. The photograph taken of you and Hickman at the lake, the time you caught the big one.
Crash unit, Barnes speaking.
Hello, this is Detective Carey over at Major Crimes, Homicide. Is Lieutenant Varese there?
No, he's out in the field. How about I tell him you called?
That would be fine, thank you.
Departmental follow-up form 3.14. Alley crime scene log prepared by Officer Woodbury. You write up a 3.14 documenting the incidents relating to the alley. Completed 3.14 follow-up report documenting all incidents relating to the alley.
Here you go, Hal.
Sure, Junior. Everybody's got to qualify, Junior. What's the problem?
Hal, here's the Hickman crime scene log. It was prepared by Officer Woodbury from the 77th.
Hey, you're damn lucky you got me taking care of this book, Junior. Damn lucky.
Hal's not the sentimental type.
Hal, have you made contact with the folks over at Crash? Were they able to give you any information on Bob?
Now, those boys are men, I'll tell you that, Junior. fighting in the trenches, battling the mean streets. You're to tread lightly, Junior. They're working undercover in that neighborhood. Have been for a couple of months. Your man to talk to is Faraz. You got all that, Junior?
How about test results? Any preliminary information?
I can't get nothing out of that damn Nobles. Spoke to that dingy tomato down there, Carey or something. All she could say was, the toxicology tests and ballistics are running. She's damn lucky she doesn't work for me. That's all I can say. Damn lucky.
Hal, has anything come back on the cigarette found in the alley?
Damn straight it has, Junior. SID identified DNA on the damn thing. Science is a wonder, ain't it, kid? You connect that DNA to somebody's butt, and you got yourself a case.
Hal Bottoms, homicide detective, currently assigned to your case. It's Detective Philip Jerica, originally from Houston, Texas, and a damn fine cop. The Boar's Head was awarded to Senior Detective Addison Arcee for his fierce commitment to the force. What you see is what you get, Gary. What you see? A 286-16. Safety first. The way time passes on this job, you need a calendar. This sign indicates you exit to the left. It's an ordinance in all city buildings to post evacuation routes. You call the elevator. You select the second floor as your destination.
Hey! Watch it!
A bucket of water. This is a man's man. Better keep your big paws off him. You select the basement as your destination. Last paint job, 1978. Pressing the button, you call the elevator. You select the second floor as your destination.
Hey, I'm cleaning here.
You select the lobby as your destination. The ashtray designates this as a smoking permitted area. A disgusting mess today. Cigarette butts and candy wrappers. A lobby vending machine, circa 1972. You drop 65 cents into the slot. Getting candy out of a machine is a little like winning a prize. In order, the flags are the Los Angeles Police Department seal, the City of Los Angeles flag, the California state flag, and the American flag. Dare to keep kids off drugs.
Hello, Bill.
How's it going, Detective?
How's the family?
I really don't know, Detective. I've been working a lot lately.
This is the check-in desk for Parker Center for both employees and visitors alike.
Last night, the LAPD was shaken to its roots as Officer Robert Hickman, Police Officer of the Year 1992, was found brutally slain in a South Central neighborhood. Heading up the Hickman investigation is veteran homicide detective John Carey. Carey is best known for solving the murder of Lane Blair, the stunning actress featured in many of the action-adventure Straight Shots movies. Detective Carey has been unavailable for comment, and all requests for a formal statement from the department have been denied. However, we have been told by an unofficial source that the department is looking at this as a gang killing. As the investigation continues... Oh, wait, here comes Detective Carey now. Detective Carey, over here. Christy Bilden with KKAT. Detective Carey! Detective Carey, would you care to make a statement concerning the murder of Officer Hickman?
Christy Bilden, reporter, KKAT TV. It's cameraman Joel Miller.
No comment. Get that camera out of my face. Get your camera out of my face.
What do you think you're doing? Hey! The physical abuse I have just experienced at the hands of Detective Carey is consistent with the treatment I've received from this entire department in trying to report this story. As a reporter and citizen of this city, I fear for our First Amendment rights. I'm Christy Bilden, reporting for KKAT.
Los Angeles County Morgue, the final resting spot. Entering the morgue always provides a sense of anticipation.
Hi, Detective Carey.
It's Sherry Moore, the girl everyone adores.
Hello, Sherry. I'd like to see Deputy Nobles. Is he available?
Show me your badge. Detective Carey, you're a flirt. You can go on in, Detective Carey.
Hello, Detective Carey.
How do you stop a lawyer from drowning?
I don't know.
Take your foot off his head. Go right in, detective. Did you know Sam's a sailor? If he could, do you know where he'd go sailing?
I don't know.
The Dead Sea. How can you tell when someone's been choked to death instead of by accidental ligature strangulation?
I don't know.
By the occluded blood vessels and thyroid fracture.
It's Hickman's personal belongings envelope. You pick up Hickman's personal belongings envelope. You pick up Bobby Washington's personal belongings envelope. You don't work here, and these aren't your things. Bobby Washington's personal belongings envelope, released from the county coroner's office. Bob Hickman's personal belongings envelope from the coroner's office.
Hello, John.
Sam Nobles, Deputy Coroner, Los Angeles County. The body of your best friend now has an incision from the groin to the larynx.
Hello, Sam. I'd like to ask you a few questions, Sam. You got a minute?
You bet, John. Fire away.
Sam, what can you tell me about the youth?
Exactly what would you like to know, John?
The boy's identification? Confirmed, and if so, by whom?
The Lucky Mini Mart owner confirmed the body as Bobby Washington, a local neighborhood boy.
Has the boy's family been notified?
Yes, and as I am sure you can imagine, the mother is near hysterics. Her name is Bernadette Washington, and she lives around the corner from the alley. The poor woman is so upset she can't yet bring herself to come down and claim the body, or the few small trinkets we found on the boy.
Sam, do you have a preliminary on the boy's cause of death?
I counted 17 points of entry, John. The boy was mowed down, execution style. Cause of death? Gang violence, if you want a personal opinion. Professional opinion? The youth was killed by gunshot wounds to the head and body.
Has the boy's autopsy been performed yet?
Yes, it was, John. I was able to pull 3 slugs out of the body. They look like 9mm. I've sent them over to SID for a ballistics check. The body is in cold storage, waiting for the family.
You notate the state of affairs. You notate the state of affairs.
Sam, what can you tell me about Bob?
Why don't you begin at the beginning, and begin by asking me the specifics? That way I won't miss any topic you might want to explore.
Sam, have you completed Hickman's autopsy? What are your preliminary findings?
The autopsy is complete. Beyond the surface evidence, I found a ruptured gastrointestinal tract. Fluids were sampled, and I'm having toxicology tests run, including all known poisons.
Have you made a determination on the cause of death? Sam, what killed Bob?
There are no gunshot wounds on the body. There are, however, 2 injection marks on the upper left arm. The eyes have been glued shut with some form of epoxy, and there are burn marks to the face which look consistent with a cigarette burn. Then, of course, there's the missing index finger on the right hand. Torture, poison, maybe. Definitely not natural causes.
Sam, will you go over the physical marks found on the body?
Yes. There are 2 injection marks on the upper left arm, the burn marks to the face and upper torso, the epoxied eyes, the missing index finger, and then there are restraint marks. The restraint marks appear where you would most expect to find them, on the ankles and the wrists. At these points I found fibrous material, all very consistent with what you would expect to find at a torture scene.
Sam, what can you tell me about the body lividity?
Lividity appears 2 places on the body, first and most notably on the buttocks. This would indicate to me that Hickman died while sitting and then was left in that position for a period of time. Or, once killed, he was moved to a sitting position and then left for a time. The second area of lividity appears on the upper back and shoulder area, and I believe resulted from the time the body spent in the alley.
Sam, do you have a preliminary back on the toxicology tests?
Not yet, John, but I believe we'll find that Hickman died of poison, as opposed to, say, a heart attack. If Hickman was killed by poison, it could have been a slow and painful, and quite obviously torturous death. There are signs of stress around Hickman's eyes, which would indicate that he was alive when his eyes were glued shut, and he attempted to open them. Also, the burn marks on the face are a bit irregular, not perfectly round. This could be attributed to Hickman jerking or pulling away as his face and body were burned. All in all, a gruesome end.
What about fibers or hairs, Sam? Were you able to find anything substantive?
Actually, John, I was able to lift fibers from the areas of restraint. I imagine these will turn out to be rope of some kind. Of course, the body was covered in alley debris, so it is difficult to determine what extraneous materials will actually pertain to the killer or killers.
Sam Nobles is a walking encyclopedia of information.
How do you tell if Sam's had garlic for lunch?
I don't know.
The corpses get up and run. See ya, detective.
Grabby, aren't you, detective? What are you reaching for? Carey, you're in luck. The range is open. You turn the knob and open the door, Detective.
Howdy, partner. You're here mighty early. Ain't scheduled to qualify till Wednesday. You planning on a little practice shooting today?
This is the range office at the police academy. This is... It's Bert Arnold, Department Armorer.
How are you, Bert?
Well, cowboy, I ain't complaining. Life's good. You're getting kind of friendly there, Cap.
Those are qualification forms. These trophies were won in marksmanship competitions against other cities' police departments. You fill the form out according to department specifications. Qualification form. This
Filled out and ready to go, Bert.
Thank you, partner. Thank you, partner.
You pick up the headgear. Department ear protectors, a must on the range. The ear protectors appear to be well maintained. The box is heavy. CCI Blazer 9mm 115 grain. Officer Fuller, SWAT Commander. These are buckets used for spent brass. The range is divided into two areas, the field and the observation area. The counter can be used to lean upon when target practicing.
Officers, headgear on. All firearms to low ready.
No need to reload.
Phase 1. Ready on the right, ready on the left, attention. Phase 2. Ready on the right, ready on the left, attention. Gun to low ready. Prepare for Phase 3. Officers, reload.
You load your Beretta.
Phase 3. Ready on the right, ready on the left, attention. Phase 4. Ready on the right, ready on the left, attention. Gun to low ready. Prepare for Phase 5. Officers, reload.
You load.
Phase 5. Ready on the right, ready on the left, attention. Phase 6. Ready on the right, ready on the left, attention. That there was some shooting, cowboy. Thank you, partner.
The Hickman residence. A beautiful LA sky. Knocking seems less intrusive than ringing the doorbell. What a cute kid Valerie is.
Quit tickling me, Uncle John.
Hi, Valerie. How are you doing?
Hi, Uncle John. You want to come in? Mom, Uncle John's here.
It appears to be Bob's personal items from work. An original oil, perhaps? To the left, the hall leads to the private areas of the house. Lovely wall art. Flowers from Catherine's garden. The cushions are soft.
Hi, John. Thanks for coming over.
How are you, Catherine?
I don't know. I can't believe this has happened. It's like a nightmare. I keep hoping I'll wake up and Bob will be alive.
Catherine Hickman, widow.
Catherine, I've been assigned lead investigator on this case. I need to ask you some questions. Are you feeling up to it?
I suppose so, John. I just can't believe this is happening. I don't know what to do.
Bob Hickman's personal belongings envelope from the coroner's office. The weight of the envelope indicates there are many items within.
Catherine, these are Bob's personal effects. They were released by the deputy coroner.
Thank you, John. Is his wedding band included?
I didn't open it, Catherine. I don't know.
John, this was Bob's Kevlar vest. I'd like you to have it. Maybe it will keep you safe.
Thank you, Catherine. Catherine, the department is aware of the fact that Bob was taking set...
John, how could you say that about Bob? I'm sorry, I can't talk about this right now.
Valerie, do you understand what's happened?
I think so. Mommy says Daddy's in heaven and he's not coming home anymore.
You know, Val, that you always have your Uncle John if you need anything, right?
The hall closet.
You're not supposed to open that. You're not supposed... You're not...
Valerie, can you remember anything that...
What? You're not supposed... Bye, Uncle John.
Knocking.
My mommy's sick. She said no visitors.
It feels like aluminum siding. Alleys can be great sources of hidden treasure, Detective. These same graffiti call letters appear elsewhere in the neighborhood. It appears that slugs from a fire alarm are lodged in the wall. It's your You loosen the slug from the wall. Kevlar bulletproof vest. There is nothing like the feel of Kevlar when it comes to safety. Deformed 9mm slugs taken from the cinder block wall in South Central. The slugs can be felt through the plastic container. Empty freight containers. This field must be used to unpack stolen goods. This must be a replacement door for the one lost when this place burned.
What you looking at?
This looks like one tough kid.
I'm Detective Carey, LAPD, homicide. I'd like to ask you fellas a couple of questions.
You be the man. Ask away.
Are you interested in talking?
Shit, man, I've got nothing to say.
Last night there was a double murder, a police officer and a neighborhood boy, Bobby Washington. Do you know anything that might help us solve what happened to them?
I be knowing nothing. That copper? What do you be doing down here anyway?
Did you know Bobby Washington?
Gee, yeah, that little man was okay. He always be saying he gonna grow up and be the next Dave Stewart.
You a big baseball fan? I see you've got a baseball.
Yeah, baby, I like all them sports. This here ball, I find it. Find it in the field. What's lost is now mine.
If you can think of anything that might help us, why don't you give me a call down at Parker Center? Just ask for robbery homicide detective Carey. You never know when I might be able to repay the favor.
I be hearing you, baby. Yo, I be fly today. Never know when I'm gonna know something that can help.
What's your name, young man?
Emo Jones.
Do you live in the neighborhood, Emo? You have an address, maybe a phone number?
Yeah, I live here. 162 South Florence. No phone.
What would you like to notate? What? The Rainbow Cafe, a rather inviting little place.
Talk is, you're a cop, and cops are bad for my business. My advice to you, keep moving.
Customer entrance to the Rainbow Cafe. The door is locked up tight. Find a coin, detective? This man was at the crime scene last night. The Lucky Mini Mart. With a name like that, they must sell lottery tickets. This young man doesn't appear to have a day job. Even the smallest detail can have meaning.
Got some spare change a fella can have? Got some spare
change?
God bless you.
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Yeah, okay, sure.
You were in the alley last night. I thought you might be able to tell me what you know about the murders.
Yeah, just popping sound. You know, I don't know.
I'm Detective Carey, LAPD. I saw you last night in the alley.
Got some spare change a fella can have? You're very kind.
Can you recall any unusual activity in the neighborhood last night? Any arguments or unfamiliar people?
The cop was... he was dead.
Could you be more explicit, sir?
I didn't,
Sir?
Yeah? Yeah, what?
Sir?
Yeah?
Sir?
Yeah? Yeah, what? You know, that kid, he was gonna be a ball player, man. The big leagues he was.
Sir?
Yeah?
You've offered enough assistance. Any more change and he'd have enough for a cheap bottle of wine. Even the smallest detail can have meaning. Everywhere you look, beer ads.
I'm Detective Carey with the LAPD.
Everybody know who you are. You big cop. Bring big trouble.
Detective Carey, would you care to make a comment on Officer Hickman's murder?
No comment.
What are you doing? Hey!
Not too smart, big policeman. You push go on TV.
Oh, it wasn't like that. You see, she...
Yeah, you say for others. I see TV. I see you in neighborhood last night. You not come but for a dead cop.
She doesn't look very friendly. High-fat, low nutritional value, often what one sees in these small convenience stores. The register looks as old as the store. These small stores often exploit the poor by selling cheap liquor. Unfortunately, it's not illegal. Amico glue, industrial strength. The shelves are stocked with canned goods. Nothing unusual about that. These small stores often exploit the poor by Fresh fruit is a rarity in these small convenience stores. Fresh fruit is a rarity in these...
You smart. You know a good buy when you see it. You shop here again.
Can you tell me your name and what your position is here?
I owner of Lucky Mini Mart. I work hard for my store. My name is Kimchi.
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Okay, you ask.
You said you saw me last night. Did you happen to see anything else? Anything out of the ordinary, such as different people or cars in the neighborhood?
I already told police all I know.
Well, if you think of anything, I'd appreciate hearing from you. Just call me at Parker Center. Ask for robbery homicide, Detective Carey. By the way, Miss Chi, did you know Bobby Washington?
He was good boy. Always helped me for free. He good boy. He try and stay away from gangs. No trouble. Bobby good boy.
Is there anything else you could...
What to tell?
The child looks to be about 5 years old. The child looks to be about 5 years old. The fence is marred with graffiti, an urban blight.
Hello.
Apparently she's been taught not to talk to strangers. The Washington home, a modest house in an older neighborhood. The house seems to be of solid construction. It's the Washington family car. Carrie, there is no answer to your knocking. The house seems to be of solid construction.
I'm a police officer. My name is Detective Carey.
Apples are nutritious and a good source of vitamin C. The apple is smooth to the touch.
Would you and your doll like an apple?
Thank you.
Mrs. Bernadette Washington, mother of Bobby and Lysandra.
I'm Detective Carey, LAPD, homicide. May I have a moment of your time?
Yes, Detective, what is it?
Mrs. Washington, these are the items found on Bobby's person the night he was killed. I'm so sorry, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mrs. Bernadette
Mrs. Washington, I have reason to believe that a young man by the name of Ragtop Spiff might be involved with your son's murder. Does his name sound familiar?
That would be Raymond Jones. Anyone would hurt my child, it would be him. He's always showing off some gun and bragging about big money.
Mrs. Washington, if there's anything the department or I can do, please call.
There's nothing anybody can do. Nobody can bring my son home.
Who do you think you are, Spider-Man?
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Fine, Detective. Just doing my job. Halt! No entrance without proper identification. That'll get you in, but you won't be able to move around without your ID. So we might as well take care of that now. That'll get you in.
It's your Parker Center identification badge.
Detective, I'm wearing my ID. I serve as an example to all. Halt! No entrance without proper identification.
You attach your Parker Center ID to your suit. The elevator call buttons. You press the button to call the elevator. You select the basement as your destination. It's criminalist Julie Chester. If you want to talk to Chester, get a little closer.
Hello, Detective. How can I help you?
The slug...
Chester, I pulled these from a cinder block wall not far from the alley in the 77th Street area. I'd like ballistics run on them.
I'd like to comply, Detective. However, they need to be processed first. Take them to Teddy with the appropriate paperwork and I'll get right on it.
Amico industrial strength glue. The canister is metal.
Chester, I'd like you to take a look at this and see if you can match it to the glue found in Hickman's eyes. I purchased it in the neighborhood where Hickman was found. I know it's a long shot.
Hold on, Detective. I only need a sample.
Hello, Chester.
Julie Chester, SID criminalist, LAPD.
See you later, Detective.
Pressing the button, you call the elevator. You select the 4th floor as your destination. Ron Ball, bomb expert, killed in the line of duty. It's a city-approved and purchased trash can. 4th floor hallway, Parker's Hill. Entrance into property. You can't reach the door from where you are. 4th.
Hello, Detective. Nice to see you, sir.
Officer Teddy Baker.
Hello, Teddy. Fine, fine. Everything's fine. Thank you. What do you think of the Raiders this year?
They should go back to Oakland.
How's the property business, Teddy?
Busier than ever, Detective. The amount of crime is unbelievable these days. Good news is, our recovery and arrest rate is high, or I wouldn't be so busy.
Working out a lot, Teddy?
Yes, sir. I'm attempting the department's Ironman competition. I'm bench pressing 350 regularly.
Baker, do you miss the streets?
Sometimes I do, Detective. But then I think about my kids. You know, my wife just gave me a son, and I can't imagine going back out there. Ever since I was shot, I feel better behind a desk, sir.
Baker, do you miss...
Detective Carey, how would you like these handled?
I'd like a ballistics check run on them.
I'll write up the paperwork for the ballistics test. Then they'll be shelf-stored if you need them in the future for trial, sir. I'll have this filled out in a second, sir. Sir, are you all right? Do you feel faint? Would you like me to call the paramedics?
Yep. Pressing the button, you call the elevator. You select the 3rd floor as your destination.
Junior, your phone's ringing.
Hello, robbery homicide. This is Detective Carey. May I help you?
Yo, baby, what's up? Be emo. You be wanting a piece of the straight action, huh? I got the news for you. I know some straight-up talk. Yo, baby, yo, you hear me talking?
Yes, Emo, I'm here. Are you telling me that you have information concerning last night's murders?
Straight up, baby. I'll be waiting by the field if you be interested.
Everybody's got to qualify, Junior.
You call the elevator. You select the lobby as your destination. Knocking seems less intrusive than ringing the doorbell.
My mommy's sick. She said no visitors.
To attempt. That should provide some protection. You can't reach. You can't. Your trunk is locked. The shotgun is locked. The shot... Detect... You unlocked the shotgun carry. Detect... Department issued 12-gauge shotgun shells. There is no need to reload your shotgun. There's nothing like the feel of a 12-gauge shotgun. Department issued Ithaca 12-gauge shotgun. Deadly carry. You're hit. Lucky it's only a graze.
So what's it going to be, Carey? You going to act like a pro or a spoiled brat? Have I made a mistake in assigning you as lead investigator on this case?
No, sir, I'll
have you know I've had dozens of calls this morning on you shoving that reporter yesterday. Everybody in town, from the chief to the mayor to outraged Joe citizen, saw you push her. Damn, you were all over the news.
Lieutenant, it wasn't...
Besides you appearing uncooperative, you were downright politically incorrect. You shove one more reporter and the department's going to get slapped with a civil suit. Shoving anybody else, and I'm going to give you the boot myself.
Lieutenant, I'd like to explain.
Then there's the small issue of last night's events, Carey. Would you mind telling me what you were doing in the middle of a crash sting operation?
Sir, I received a telephone call from a possible informant. I set up a meeting. I walked into an ambush.
So it would seem, Carey, so it would seem. However, your tete-a-tete cost the department thousands of dollars and months of work. Crash has been undercover for months on that operation. They were a fly's hair away from busting a gun-running ring wide open. With your help, the only catch they made was that local punk, Spiff. Luckily for you, your informant, what's his name? Emo? What kind of name is that? Has turned into a little songbird. Emo's sitting pretty in the hospital, singing how Spiff's the one who killed the Washington boy. Emo contends that Spiff wanted the boy to deliver guns to gang members and he wouldn't do it. The only redeeming aspect of this whole affair is that Hickman's gun was found in Spiff's apartment when they entered under warrant. SID is running ballistics on Spiff's gun to see if they match the slugs taken from the dead boy. And speaking of SID, they run ballistics on your firearms and they're ready to be picked up. The police commission's going to want to know where and into whom your bullets went last night. These tests are vital. Check with Chester before you head out.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Sir, it would appear to me that if Spiff is found to be connected to the Washington boy's murder, might not he also be connected to Bob's?
It doesn't work that way, Carey. While you were out being a cowboy, another body showed. The MO is similar, very similar. Again, it's one of our own. His name is Rene Garcia. Worked out of Hollenbeck. Garcia's body was found on the front lawn of a singer. What do they call those guys? Rappers? By the name of Yo Money. Must be some big star. I'm getting static from upstairs. Anyways, Garcia was found by this money man's bodyguard. He was walking a lady to her car that had been there for a party about 4 a.m. I want you to get over there and see what's going on. And remember, Carey, no cowboy tricks. Just try and be nice, okay?
Yeah? You can just drop dead. Goddamn broads. Hey, Junior, that was quite a shootout last night. Heard all about it. You're goddamn lucky one of those punks didn't blow your head off. I want you to listen up, Junior. Playing cowboy only takes you so far in this damn job. If you want to make it as long as I have, you're gonna have to curb your appetite for action. You hear me, Junior? You're just goddamn lucky you weren't killed.